toast for the first time. Toast by itself right there. Peanut butter and blueberry. You look like you like it. Lisa, and you're watching Mine and Honesty's 9-month update. However, this is me talking about what's been happening in the past month. She's now 10 months old. It is ridiculous. Oh my god, 10 months old. 2 months from now, and she's gonna be having a birthday party. What a month. So many things happened. Again, she is just doing spectacular, and I'm getting better. So that's good. I'm gonna start out by telling you who won the Fairhaven Health Dream Belly Butter giveaway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in a review video that I did, I reviewed this product and I was doing a giveaway. So the winner is Sarah Baffy Bowden, or Bowden. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Congratulations. I know you wanted to win this belly butter for your friend, and you have. So you just need to send me a private message either on Facebook or on YouTube. Unless you want your address posted online, you can post it under the video. But I need to know your address so I can give it to the company, and they will send you off that belly butter as soon as they can get around to it. I want to thank anybody so much who watched it, who thought the review was good. A couple of you actually entered, and that was great. Continuing on to Honesty's update. For anybody who wants to watch it, great. Who wants to watch the whole thing, who wants to get some ideas about what to do with their child, that's awesome. But these are going to be memories for me and my family and for Honesty. So I want to make sure I get everything in there and that she will know. Because I had so many questions for my mom that didn't get answered because she didn't have this kind of modality to take down the things that happen. Sure, she could have wrote them, but you know, over time we've got all this clutter. This will be on my laptop, on a hard drive, on an external hard drive, and on the internet. So I'm sure we'll have it when she's old enough to understand and watch it. Her second tooth came out a few days into her being 9 months old. Her first one was I believe the right side in the center, and then her second central incisor came out, which is awesome. It's not fully out. On June 5th, Honesty officially started to clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Aw, Honesty, you're clapping. On June 6th, we got a little clapper on our hands. Clap, clap, clap. Good girl. And a screamer. She really doesn't do it a lot, but if she feels like it, which she knows how to do it, but if she feels like it, she'll do it. It's so adorable. Some of the foods that she started eating this month are blueberries, tomatoes, cow's milk, under doctor's orders, I'll explain that one in a moment. And it's little by little. The first week, she only had one bottle that was 1/4 of that bottle of cow's milk. I wanted to make sure it was very slow because I wanted to get her digestive system used to it. The next week, we added in another 1/4 to her second bottle. 1/4 the third bottle the week after. And then next week, we'll move on to having a half in one of her bottles. Half of the bottle will be cow's milk, half the bottle will be formula. She's had peaches, whole wheat toast, and when I make her toast fingers, I usually, I had made blueberries and pears and mixed them together, and because blueberries come out kind of gelatinous once they've sat in the fridge and have been mashed and such, I just put that on her toast, and I did the same thing with peanut butter, and she loved it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute seeing her eat it. Oh my god, like the things she does and just how she does them, I have never seen a more adorable little person. And maybe I'm just saying that because she's mine, but just saying, she is so amazing. Not to sing anybody else's child, but I love my little girl so much. She's had pasta, no salt added tomato sauce, with very little ingredients. There's like 5 or 6 ingredients, I forget the brand, but it's actually pretty tasty. It's a little on the sweet side, so I add a little bit of pepper and cheese in the end to add like that little bit of saltiness, and she loves it. Like, she goes crazy for it. I used rotini, the pasta that I used, and she just loves it. So pretty excited about that. And she's had kiwi. Well, she had golden kiwi. I definitely want to try her on regular kiwi. But the next food is going to be lentils. She hasn't had lentils yet. I've got some yellow pepper. She's had red pepper, so I want her to try yellow pepper. She's got to try a bunch of different things. The things I still have left for her to try are cantaloupe, honeydew melon, regular kiwi, ground turkey. I'm going to be making her some tiny little 2 tablespoon meatballs, and then I'm going to cut them in 4, and she's going to eat those. She's got to try turnip, actual turkey, parsnip, tahini, almond butter. I was going to try almond butter a while back, but I just haven't yet. Grapes, that's going to be soon. Just going to cut them in half. A lot of people freak out about the whole grape thing, but grapes, as long as they're halved, for the most part, from what I've read and from what I've heard from certain people, are okay. You just can't give them a full grape. That makes sense. I mean, how are they supposed to gum that open? Like, they might get lucky and mash it and then be able to spit out the skin. I'll definitely be cutting it in half. She needs to try apricots, actual rice. She's had rice cereal, rice pasta, but I'd like her to try some rice. Chocolate, she hasn't had yet. She hasn't tried kale, but she has had spinach. I want her to try pineapple, plums, celery, zucchini, Parmesan cheese, asparagus, beets, cherries, hummus, roasted red pepper, because she's had red pepper, papaya, and peas. So those are the things I'm going to be working on. I'm almost in the zone where I don't have to wait 3 to 5 days. I've tried a lot of allergenic foods on her. She's tried fish, she's tried eggs, she's tried peanut butter, strawberries, tomatoes, wheat, and hasn't showed any sign of allergies. So I think we're pretty safe. So I'm gonna like start just getting her to try these other foods, and they're not highly allergenic. So I'll probably try them in conjunction with other foods so that we can kind of hurry things along, because I want her to be able to have a good variety of food. I find that there are times where when I make her food, it's kind of like she's eating the same thing a lot, and so I'm like, I need to vary this. So there are times where I go crazy when I'm making her food. I'm like, oh, I gotta have like 4 vegetables and 4 fruits or 4 desserts, 4 meats or meat alternatives, basically a protein source, and like I just go crazy and I end up with like a month's supply. I know that's iffy with some people. They're like, oh, only do 2 weeks because the nutrients really go out of it. I don't know, like, we gotta do what we gotta do. There's only so much time to do things, and so we gotta, and so much energy for me to do these things because it takes me a while. And then it's like, oh, well, why don't you do it every 2 weeks so it doesn't take you as long? I don't know, just OCD like that. I'll probably be making her soup. And I mean, she's had pasta, she's had toast. I may be able to make her some grilled cheese soon and cut it into little cubes. The possibilities are endless now. Like, I can really go somewhere with all of this. And I'm really excited for her to continue to try new things. I'm looking forward to seeing how she's going to react with lentils. There's always that initial phase where, you know, and then she's like, you know, like an open mouth, ready for more. She started having little tantrums when I'd be putting her in bed, either for napping or going to sleep, or when I take things away from her. And say, here, play with this, or do this instead. I always try to give her an alternative, and she like freaks out and gets angry and then starts screaming. It can be really frustrating, especially the screaming. If she has to stay in the chair for a little longer than usual, like if I'm doing something, her high chair, she'll like get angry with me. On June 9th, all of a sudden I look in her mouth, and her top central incisors are out. Both of them, like just a tiny little bit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she now has 4 teeth. This is crazy, and it looks so cute. On June 11th, Honesty used my side to stand up all on her own without my hands. She just basically grabbed my side, lifted her legs up, was bent over, then pulled herself up fully. I was like, holy crap. We're gonna have a cruiser very soon. Her doctor appointment went very well. She weighed in at 24 pounds and 8.5 ounces. Yeah, so then her height was 28 inches. Her head circumference was 17.5 inches. So the height thing is starting to slowly drop off. But her weight was growing, like it was going up. So the doctor said she is slightly overweight. He's like, it's nothing to be worried about once she starts like walking and doing more and so on and so forth. And he also suggested that we switch to cow's milk slowly, and eventually it'll be less calories than the formula. And then when she's a year old, we drop down from 3 bottles to 2 bottles, which will be fully cow's milk at that point. So he's not too worried. He at first he was kind of like, oh, you know, but then he's like, you know, just go to cow's milk. When he asked what we fed her, I was like, basically fruits, vegetables. She's tried all these allergenic foods, no reactions, and meat alternatives, and cereal, baby cereal, and that's it, you know. And none of and baby mum sometimes, but none of these like high sugar juices or anything like that. And she has water. And he's like, oh well, I don't think there's anything wrong here. He's like, just keep doing what you're doing, but switch to cow's milk. So yeah, that's the reason why we're adding in cow's milk earlier than some people would like, you know, their baby to have it because of how hard it might be to digest and such. But the doctor suggested it, and I was kind of wondering if that would be something, because they say a baby can have it anywhere between 9 and 12 months, and where we had already given her cheese and yogurt, he was like, oh, she should be fine then if she had no reaction to that. So she didn't have any like lactose intolerance or anything. He gave us the go-ahead, so we went for it, as I told you earlier. The doctor said she's hitting all the right milestones, so he's pretty happy about that. She's been in the clear for colds this month, thank goodness, because she was getting colds left, right, and center, it seemed, during the cold season. She's become a little more whiny this month. Little personality is coming out. You can tell she knows that she's doing it to get her way with something. And it's hilarious because she'll be like, ah, but I'll give her the thing that I believe she wants, and then she'll just be like, ah, and then she'll drop it on the floor, and then she'll go, oh, and then I'll have to go pick it up again, and then it's just like a cycle over and over. Sometimes it can be annoying, but then there are other times where I'm just like, damn, that's cute. She does the cutest thing. I go like this, I put her head in between my hands, and I go to give her a kiss, or sometimes like I'll rub her nose with my nose. So anyway, she started to do it back. Like, she'll put her hands on my face and then do it as well, and it is so adorable. And every time it happens, it's me, so there's no camera there to get that amazing memory. But it was funny because my mom saw her do it, and she's like, oh, this is one of those moments that you wish you had a video camera. And I was like, well, I do, but you wouldn't know how to work it. So, dang. But yeah, I know exactly what she means, because that is so cute. And she does it every now and again. And when she does it, it makes my heart melt, because I've been doing that with her since she was born. Like, oh, so adorable. Sometimes, though, she'll like open her mouth when she goes to do it. So I'll be like, and then like her mouth will be open over mine. Where do you get that? That's not how we kiss. No open mouth. Oh, it's so funny. Every time I put her down for a nap, she screams for me. She's like, mom, 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 lately. And she never used to do that. She would like fall asleep in like 10 minutes tops. And now sometimes it can be up to like 30, 40 minutes. We're starting to wonder if it's because she's hitting a new milestone soon, because I've heard that that can happen, like where she stood on me, and she's done it also with Matt. She used his leg to try and get up. So I'm just wondering if she's on the brink of starting to cruise and like stand on her own and stuff. So she's a little more whiny and then wants to stay up and practice kind of thing. You know, she can hold her sippy cup on her own, but for some reason she like refuses to do it. Well, she'll do it, but she just like will take one sip and then put it down, start playing with it, throw it off the chair, and oh, I just wish that she would drink it, because soon we'd like to transition her from drinking out of her bottle to drinking out of a sippy cup. And that's another thing. She now holds her own bottle. We're starting to get her to drink her own bottle. It's the 17th of June, and we've been doing this for a few days now. But she resists quite a bit, even though she does know how to do it, because it's more work, and we spoil her. Are you drinking your own bottle? Drink? 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 Other hand too. Drink? Up? Drink. Good girl. One-handed bottle. Oops. Good girl. You usually do that with your left hand. You're doing so good. See, yeah, like that. That's what you do. But now you did it with your right hand, too. Are you gonna be ambidextrous? Such a pro at one-handed drinking. Oh, boots. We had seen her many different times since, like, she was like, once she did it when she was really young, and then she did it when she was 6 months, and a couple times here and there where she wanted to grab her bottle and hold it herself. And she's got really good dexterity, so we knew she could do it. And my doctor saw her holding something, and he's like, oh yeah, she can hold her own bottle, but you know what it is, she's spoiled. And like, oops. Yeah, probably, because I do tend to spoil her with love, affection, attention, and you know, I probably do things like that where I should probably let her do them on her own a little too much sometimes. But you know what? We're parents and we do what we see as fit. She's now officially in size 5 diapers. Oh my gosh, like, I can't believe she's in size 5 diapers. I remember when she was in newborn ones and I'm like, oh, these are so cute and she's so tiny and she's our big little girl. Instead of standing behind Honesty with her walker toy, I now stand beside her. As of June 12th, she stands with it for like 5 minutes, but she still doesn't walk with it. A few weeks back, she started to cry a bit with it whenever I would like stand further away, and then even when I was standing beside her. She had fallen a couple of times, like on her butt, and then one time she kind of fell forward a little bit but didn't hurt herself. I mean, I can't constantly stay right behind her. I have to move back a little bit as time goes on, as she's getting better with it, because I feel personally that if I stay right there, I'm not allowing her to become confident. And you know, like putting a bunch of padding around her and all this stuff, it just, to me, it seems like I'm not trusting her to do what she's capable of. I'm not saying I'm gonna let her, you know, take that walker over by a flight of stairs and, you know, just go flying down them or something. That is not what I'm talking about, so don't twist my words. I'm just saying that I feel like if I want her to be confident, she needs space. She just does not want to hold the back of that walker. It's progressively gotten worse until a few days ago when it started to get a little better. So I don't really get her to do that very much now. Every once in a while I will, just to see if she's ready for it. And like I said, in the past few days she's been a little calmer. She still kind of cries, but it's been better. Are you gonna walk? What a cute little dress you have on. That's from Aunt Kathleen. That dress is from Aunt Kathleen. Careful, we gotta put the walker in front of you, honey. Such a cutie pie. Let Mommy help you. So Honesty's down to 3 bottles a day, and her schedule is as follows at this time. I'm still going to tweak the schedule a little bit, but when we went down to 3 bottles, we had to kind of move things, and so now she wakes up anywhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. Then she has her breakfast, and she has her cereal and her fruit, and then she has a bottle. She'll have some sort of food, julienned or cut up into little pieces or slivers, and she'll eat that. Usually some sort of fruit if it's morning. Honesty loves peaches. Oh wow. Today's her first day, June 17th. Mommy using her phone to videotape you. Here she is. Then she'll go down for a nap around 11 o'clock, and then she sleeps anywhere between an hour and 2 hours. Usually closer to an hour and a half. Not so much an hour, but every once in a while it'll only be an hour. And then sometimes it's even 2 hours, so it's really good. And she gets up and she has her lunch at 1 o'clock. Which is kind of late, but that's how it works out, because I didn't want there to be too much time between her lunch and supper. At lunch she has 2 vegetables, or a vegetable and a meat, and then she has fruit for dessert, and then she'll have a bottle, and then she'll have some sort of vegetable, or say cucumber, or sometimes fruit to play with and eat. And as of lately, it's been pasta at lunch, and before that it was toast, the toast fingers. So that's pretty cute and awesome. And then it's time for nap time again at 3 or 3:30, it just depends. Then she has supper at 5, and it usually consists of meat or meat alternative, or 2 veggies. If I'm gonna have just a veggie meal, it's gonna be like white potato and spinach, because they're higher in iron, and obviously at this age they need iron. So, but then if it's meat, it's like chicken, fish, or beef. And there's iron definitely in beef and definitely in fish, so she's definitely getting iron, and then she gets it in her cereal as well. For dessert at supper, she has her cereal, and at breakfast she has 2 tablespoons, and at supper she has 2 tablespoons, and then she also has fruit with that, and it's like 2 tablespoons of fruit. Then after supper she has some sort of vegetable or fruit, or sometimes a few different things, and she just plays with it or eats it. We've been getting her to play with cottage cheese, so she's been playing with that, and sometimes shredded cheese as well. So she's doing really well. She's using her pincer grasp quite well and just putting it in there. Sometimes she kind of misses, it ends up here or here or here. Sometimes it falls because she like drops it, but hey, you know what? One step at a time. Good news, she now has a 5th tooth erupting out of the gum line. All, like, seriously, 4 teeth in June. Like, poor child. That's also probably another reason why she's been, like, taking a little while to get to sleep. That's a lot of teeth to get in 1 month, like, the month of June, her 9th month. And then before that, she had the 1 tooth. So, wow, leaps and bounds in that mouth of hers. Awesome news, another thing she's been doing on June 26th, she stood on her own and held on to her crib. Yeah, while I was in there, Matt wasn't here, so he didn't get to see it, but all of a sudden I went to get her book. I sat her in the crib, went to get her book. It was like right there. Her crib is up against one wall, and then on the opposite wall is like her little bookshelf. Went to get the book, and as I was turning around and going to look up at her when I sat on the floor, she was standing. I was like, oh my gosh, so you're not even using mommy or daddy now. You're getting up on your own. Good job, Honesty. Oh my gosh. She's been having some serious separation anxiety lately, like really bad. Whenever she's getting babysat by my mom, she wails and cries, not immediately, but like within, say, 20 minutes. And then she like also will cry like on and off sometimes. Oh, it's just so sad. Like the poor little girl. Like she's got to get used to it. And I know that, but at the same time, I feel bad, and I'm like, well, can't you just come here and babysit, because it would be a lot easier, and maybe she won't cry as much. But then like Matt and my mom are just like, she's got to get used to it. Like, we can't always think that she's got to stay home, because then she'll never want to venture out. And I know they're right. So we've been kind of trying to get her over there more often. When I'm there, she's fine. Like, she doesn't freak out. Also, she even freaked out one time. We went in somewhere, and my grandmother and aunt were still in the car with her, but that wasn't enough. And she started crying and wailing, and you could tell she wanted us, because as soon as we got there, the crying stopped. When we're not there and she's alone with people, she's really upset about that. Gotta teach her some more object permanence with peekaboo and other games like that. So, poor little girl. One thing she's been saying lately, a little bit, is all done or all gone. I'm not sure which one it is. But I'll be like, all done, after she's done eating and stuff. Or like when I change her. And so she said it a few times after I've said it. I'll be like, all done. And she'll go, I'm done. Oh, it's so adorable. I know I say that a lot. It must be boring for you guys to hear. Oh, it's so adorable. Oh, it's so cute. But it is, like, I can't stop saying it. So who cares? If you don't like me saying it, just don't watch it, right? She likes to actually look me in the eyes a lot more often now. Like before, it would be hard to get her to make eye contact with Matt and I. And I don't know if it's because she was just around us a lot, so she trusted us, we're her parents. But she like really looks at us now, like so much. Like I love just looking at her eyes. Like when I'm changing her, she'll just contently look at me, like straight, square in the eyes, and she'll have like this cute little serious face on, and then I'll just smile at her and she'll smile back, and it's the most precious thing ever. I love it. One thing I didn't know though is, you know those little swimmer diapers? Don't ever use them for actual like leak protection. If your child is not going in the pool for like say in more than 15 minutes from the time you put them on, don't even bother putting them on. Honesty went to a family event, and we weren't sure if she was going to go swimming or not, but I had her in her bathing suit, and then I had a little swimmer under it. Then I had her little tutu on, and she looked adorable. And then it had been 15-20 minutes for us to get there, plus she had it on for like 10 minutes before we left, so that's a half hour. And then it was like a half hour before she even, or more, before she even went in the pool when we got to that place. And wouldn't you know it, she peed a few times. And I'm sitting there and I had her on my lap and I'm like, geez, that feels wet. Maybe it's just because everybody's walking around and getting a bunch of pool water on the deck and stuff. So I kind of just left it. Because we just changed her before we left, so I'm like, oh, well, you know, she doesn't usually pee that quick. Yeah. She had peed, and it was a lot. And it was all over her bathing suit, all over her tutu, and that was it. We couldn't use those clothes. And all I had for substitute clothing, because I need to go through my bag again, was a onesie, which is fine. That's cool. So anyway, we put her in the onesie, and then we took it off when she was going into the pool after, and we just kept her in a normal diaper because there was no way I was going to put her in another little swimmer. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah. Make sure you're going to put your kid in the pool soon after you got those things on, because sure, it'll protect the pool from poop, but it won't protect your knee or anything else around from pee. No absorption. And that's a good thing, because when they go in the pool, unlike the regular diaper, it doesn't absorb a bunch of water. With the regular diaper, it absorbs so much water that when you go to take the diaper off, it might have been, I don't know, maybe a pound or less, maybe a pound or less, and all of a sudden it weighs like 5 pounds, 10 pounds. And it ain't full of poop or pee, it's just water from the pool. So we're like, yep, in a bag it goes, and then in the diaper bag, and we go home, along with the wet clothes in another bag. Oh my god, what a mess. So we bought her a reusable swim diaper, which is awesome. It's cute, it's yellow, and it has 2 little guys on it. I'll post a picture. So adorable. And we also bought her a little floater with a sunshade. It is awesome. We actually got to use one at the family event that someone else had, and she loved it when she went in the pool. It was so awesome. She's been in a pool, and she loved it. Like, we weren't sure what to think, but we thought she would, since she loves baths. So yeah, what an amazing experience it was. We couldn't go in the water because we hadn't brought any stuff to go in the water. I knew that like my aunt or my mom or someone was gonna be in there. My anxiety works up when there's too many people that I know and I'm in a bathing suit, because I'd rather be judged by people I don't know because I know they don't know me, but people that know me and then they're thinking, oh my god, she's so fat. I don't know. Just a thing I have. So I just didn't feel like wearing a bathing suit in front of everyone. And there were too many people there anyway, so I'm glad I didn't. But Honesty went in.
Honesty!
She had another diaper rash that didn't last very long, but still, like, oh, so many. And I imagine it has to do with the new foods and teething and blah blah blah. But yeah, we've been using, because we ran out of the natural stuff that we normally use, so we were using Zincofax, and this was just in the last couple days, and it used to work for her. Doesn't work very well now. It would be fixed within a day or two. Nope, not this time. So we got some of the natural stuff and it cleared it up. So that's awesome. And we actually had to use an alternative natural stuff. I forget the brand. I think it's like Abundance or something. I don't know, Abundant Baby, Abundance, I don't know. But we normally get Earth Mama Angel Baby Bottom Balm. Say that 3 times fast. And it works spectacularly. Both those natural bottom balms work really well with Honesty. Not every bottom balm is going to work well for every baby. You really got to try it out and see what works for your baby. I know some people who swear by butt paste. I know some people who swear by Zincofax. I know some people who swear by Desitin. I know some people who swear by what we use, Earth Mama Angel. But not everyone's going to be able to swear by the same bottom balm or bum butter or whatever you want to call it, or butt paste. So, as I said, try and you shall see. So that's it for Honesty's update. You waving? Do you want Jerry? Your military crawl has gotten much better. Are you gonna use that to try and stand? Careful. I like how you're trying to put them back. They're kind of big, huh? Heavy.